Egypt have won the right to host the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations in June and July. The decision was arrived at during a Confederation of African Football Executive Committee meeting in the Senegalese capital, Dakar. The North Africans won the vote with an overwhelming 16-1 count with one abstention. They will stage the expanded 24-team event. Initial hosts Cameroon was stripped of the tournament last month over concerns at the slow pace of preparations. The North African nation will host the competition for the 5th time and the first since 2006. The Egyptian Football Association has welcomed the news.
I'm really very happy, and I promise that Egypt will do the best to make a very good event next June and July. We have a short period, but Egypt is ready for such event. We did 5 times before, and also we did 2 World Cup for teenagers, and I promise that all the African nations will be very comfortable and will be very happy in our country. And it's good to thank you all the African nations which vote for Egypt.
All right, let's get more from CGTN Sadiq Shaban. He's live for us in Dakar. So Sadiq, 16-1, that's really a huge margin. What are you learning about the intrigues that were at play?
Penina, over the last few minutes, we have learned that that single vote from South Africa was actually a vote by the head of South African Football Association, Danny Hodan. And the other abstention was from the president of the AFCON Organizing Committee, Amaju Pinnick, who is also the president of Nigerian Football Federation. So this was a resounding defeat for South Africa and a landslide victory for Egypt, getting the 5th African Cup of Nations hosting rights.
So what must the new hosts do now in preparation for the expanded finals with only 5 months left?
The Egyptians have been speaking to us, Penina, in the last 2 hours since this announcement was made, and they are saying they are going to host this tournament in about 5 cities of 8 stadiums across Egypt. They say they are ready. They have actually been ready. All they need to do is now to get the final government approvals in terms of visas and other arrangements. They're saying the stadium is there, accommodation facilities are there. All they're waiting for, in fact, they are saying, is the last qualifiers in March to know who the remaining contenders for the title are.
And Sadiq, focus now shifts to the awards gala. How are preparations for that coming along?
Penina, the preparations are complete. In fact, in just about 45 minutes from now, the best of African footballers, both men and women, will be crowned. We know in the men's category we have the same group as last year, Aubameyang, Sadio Mane, and of course the reigning holder of the title, Mohamed Salah. And many people say this could be an Egyptian night, could be a double, because there is no one who comes really close to Mohamed Salah's achievement during this period, and he looks set to winning the 2nd African Player of the Year award. Odega, Asheola, and South African contender Christine will be going for the gong in the women's in the women's award, and it appears as if we may have a different winner this time. A lot of people here saying, and experts say, the South African calendar has had a fantastic year both in club and country. Finished as a top scorer for the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Ghana last year. So the young lady from South Africa looks set to earning perhaps our biggest prize in football yet.
All right, Sadiq, thank you very much for that. Sadiq Shaban live for us there in Dakar.